Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 85 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film, at the end of the day, is going to be, well, a revelation film, offering many different twists and turns, as well as saga-wide implications that will be implemented into the Skywalker saga once this movie drops, of course, this December of this year by J.J. Abrams. And that's exactly what they plan to do, is that they plan to change our vision of the past 8 Star Wars movies that come before this one, and let's hope that it's going to be done in a positive sense, rather than a negative sense where a lot of fans are going to be very angry about it for years on end. So on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that both Palpatine and Rey are said to be standing in front of each other inside of his throne room, where Palpatine is described to be talking about the Skywalker bloodline and their power, where he then begins to talk about how certain bloodlines in the galaxy have great potential, to be seen as very potential figures and powerful figures with unlimited possibilities. It's explained that Palpatine begins to give Rey a lecture about family, where he is said to deliver her the truth about how her parents were actually killed, and that it is actually explained that Palpatine shows Rey a vision of the truth, where he explains to her that Palpatine sent a Sith loyalist to kill her parents and had them tracked down, since they were no longer useful. Now, it's explained that Palpatine unveils that this Sith loyalist of his was actually eventually killed in the process at some point in time before Episode 7, The Force Awakens. As well, however, the sequence is said to entail that it was Palpatine who was able to make the order to have Rey's parents killed sometime before the events of Episode 7, when Rey was just a little girl. Now, it's explained that Palpatine says that he has been looking for Rey for a very long time. However, during his time in the unknown regions, it was nearly impossible to track her down after his Sith loyalist was killed for an unknown reason on the world of Pasaana, while making her way back to, of course, the unknown regions. So I guess that this Sith loyalist is a female Sith, or Sith loyalist, whatever you call it. The scene is said to fuel Rey with rage, and that this was Palpatine's plan all along. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is going to be a film that's going to introduce all these different types of canon material that's going to expand the Star Wars franchise into something brand new. Now, I want to go over Palpatine's big secret related to Rey's parents. Now, it's actually described that Palpatine was the one who ordered Rey's parents to be killed at some point in time before the events of The Force Awakens. Exactly where they were actually killed, we're not quite sure. Obviously, Jakku, since Kylo Ren pretty much gave her the partial truth about Rey's parents in, of course, The Last Jedi, that, you know, her father was buried on Jakku inside of the desert there, and a lot of fans were kind of just a little unhappy about that, about her parents being nobodies. However, there is more to the story about who her parents really are, and a lot of fans are trying to figure out on whether or not Palpatine used Rey's mother as a utility, if you will, in order to create Rey. Hence, of course, Rey being the granddaughter of Palpatine in a sense. And that is, of course, the big leak that has been going around that we have been talking about, is that Rey is indeed the granddaughter of Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker, which I'm not quite sure if a lot of fans out there are really going to enjoy that decision by Disney and Lucasfilm. I, however, would enjoy that, because it would justify why she's so very much powerful and why she's able to use Force lightning in this movie, in which she does, by the way, in case you guys did not know, and that she does have dark side tendencies, as seen in The Force Awakens and in The Last Jedi, as well as now in Episode 9 by JJ. So aside from all of this, I will say that Palpatine providing this vision to Rey about this Sith loyalist, she was actually said to be the one responsible for killing Rey's parents on whatever world it was, most likely Jakku, and that Palpatine was able to do this and make those orders pretty much go as planned and was eventually searching for Rey during his time in the unknown regions. So Palpatine has been alive for a very long time, and that was the big change during, of course, the reshoots throughout September. A lot of scenes are being alternated right now. A lot of changes are being made as we speak for The Rise of Skywalker, for the character of Palpatine and exactly how he's going to be used by Ian McDiarmid. In fact, we do know that J.J. Abrams wants to do something very much special with The Rise of Skywalker that's really going to serve as great inspiration to end the saga that actually started back in 1977 with, of course, George Lucas. And that movie, by the way, A New Hope, is where it all really began, and now it's all going to end with, of course, Episode 9. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.